I'm going to go back to 16 on this. Revelation 17:16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. You see, the whore, which is the CIA, President George W. Bush had her to lie to them and said Saddam Hussein had nuclear weapons. And Saddam Hussein did. He used this as a gesture to create the war in the beginning. Well, Revelation chapter 6 will tell you that Red Horse took peace from the earth. He did this in order to gain one more stone for the covenant of the white race, who was not in the book of life. He gained this to take away the crude oil that was God gave to his children. And at that formality, killing Saddam Hussein became a curse to the United States of America. Even though they took him out, they hung him and broke his neck by the rope the same way they did us when trying to intimidate us. They're still over there trying to take it over. But at the end of the day, God is going to take everything that he owns, and before it's done, by the United States being the Vatican, they're going to hate the whore, which is the CIA, which led them into deception after God have placed a curse upon the United States of America. Had they waited on God and prayed to their God, God would have delivered them out of their affliction and made them happy with just what they had, the same way he did us when we had plain cornbread and butter to eat. I don't hate nobody. I thank for the grace of God. God have kept me from my youth up until this point, and I was grateful for what he gave us as food. For God has put it on their heart, this is verse 17, to fulfill his will, and to agree, and to give their kingdom unto the beast, and until the word or word of God shall be fulfilled. And the woman which thou sawest is the great city, which reigns over the kings of the earth. In other words, this is the United States of America, who dominate world power. Well, this is part of the connecting chapter 17 with it. And after these things, I saw another angel come down. Verse 18, chapter 18, verse 1. Angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lighted with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitat of the vile, and the whole of every foul spirit, and a cage of unclean and hateful birds. For all nations have drunken of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my peoples, that you be not partakers of her sins, and that you receive not of her plague. But her sins have reached unto heaven, and God has remembered her iniquity. Reward her even as she rewards you, and double unto her double, according to her works. And the cup which she has filled, filled to her double. How much she has glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she said within her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Okay, I'm going to stop right there because I want to go to chapter 20. Hello? Okay, I told you not to call me because I know this time you're going to call me. Okay, bye. Now, I want to go to chapter 20, and it's going to show you who Mr. Babylon is because it's going to say the same thing that's written in chapter 17. Let us start at chapter 20, verse 6. It says, blessed and holy is he that has part in the first resurrection. On such, the second death has no power, but they shall be princes of God and Christ. Let me read this. I'm not reading this right, okay? The Lord, I got to. Okay, let me. See, I gotta get a bit better view on this. Sorry about that. It's a blessed and holy is he that has part in the first resurrection. On such, the second death has no power, but they shall be priests of God and of Christ. I'll make sure I got that right. And shall reign with him 1,000 years. And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four corners of the earth, Gog and Magog. This is up there in the Gentiles that come out again, to gather them together to Baal, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. And they went up on the breadth of the earth, and compassed the camp of the saints about and the beloved city. And fire came down from God out of heaven and devoured them. And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophets are and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. And I saw a great white throne, and him that sat on it, from whose face the earth and the heaven fled away, and there was found no place for them. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before God,